It's so great to see you guys. Today it's August 28th of 2022, and we're so grateful that you are here. We have a very packed schedule, and I want to just jump right in. So Andrea, do you want to welcome everybody?
I can't hear anything.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Charlotte. So good to see you here. Welcome home, everyone. So happy you all could make it here with us today. You know, this week was really an interesting week for me, and it led me to ask what I want. Dr. Naram says that the quality of your life depends on the quality of your question. And with ancient secrets of Siddha Veda, it provides us with these ancient tools on achieving what we want. And many of you can recall that we have been taught the marma for what do I want? Do you know what you want? Dr. Naram says the majority of people do not know what they want. And if they do know what they want, and the few that do achieve it are not happy when they do. So imagine how complex this whole life situation is here. But he has given us the tools to become that few, or I should say that small percentage of people that can attain what we want with happiness. So I would like to start off by demonstrating the what do I want marma. And if you'll join me, I'll take us through the steps. So as you know, we start with our right hand and the right index, and we'll press the tip of it 6 times, right? You can close your eyes and ask, what do I want? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's press it some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do I want? And of course, with your eyes closed, this allows you to gain access to the subconscious mind, right? That greater consciousness. Now, if you're able to see what it is that you want, and this is the way I learned it, forgive me if you've learned it a different way. Once you see what it is you want, of course, envision this really big white frame and project that imagery into that frame, right? And just hold it there for a second, hold it there. Whatever it is you want. And once you are able to see that imagery in the frame, then take your right hand and pat your left shoulder just above the heart there 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Now there, of course, is more to this. There are other steps, but I won't go further with this. This past week, I was in the hospital. And so I had to rely on this technology. I'm sorry.
Andrea, I would like everybody to put in the chat what they want while you're telling this incredible story.
Yes, so, thank you. Thank you for that, Jana. Yes, please join us and put in what it is you want. So I found myself in the hospital. Last place you want to visit. I overdid it in the sun. And ever since I was a child, I have issues with the sun. There's a limit of how long I can stay in it. Normally in the past, I used to black out. And so I found myself in the hospital asking, what do I want? And of course, optimal health. And so they kept me for observation, but something was different this time than any other time. And I attribute it to what I've been practicing with this Ancient Secrets community. You see, because I asked what I want, and of course, optimal health popped up, right? And so I focused on that. But whenever the pain hit me a couple of times like a bolt. It felt as if like I was being cut. I did the pain marma, right? Which is the left hand at the side here. And I pressed that in series of 6. If you can see my hand right there, that's where I pressed whenever the pain would hit. And that stopped my pain. So this was a
Oh my
test for
gosh.
me because, some of my family members, have said, well, that's nice what you're doing, but, they really don't have any real proof of any of this working. Well, for me, I tested it and it stopped my pain. They really don't have any real proof. For me, I tested it. Uh-oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's okay.
That was me. I'm sorry about that.
Aditi Devobawa, that's okay. And so every hour the doctors came into the room asking me if I needed any meds. And I said, no, I'm good, I'm good. They would say on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain? I said 1. And so finally I started giggling. And to my good fortune, one of my doctors turns out to be an Indian lady. Well, she looked Indian. I asked her if she was from India, and she said yes. And I asked her, I said, do you know about Ayurveda? She says, yes, we practice it at home. And she was alone. So I asked her and I said, well, the reason I'm not feeling pain is because I keep pressing the pain marma. And at that point, she knew exactly what I was talking about. And I showed her. And I kept saying the mantra, Reem Om Swaha. Reem Om Swaha, every time it hit me. And that vibration of Om throughout my body stopped whatever I was feeling. And I didn't have to use any pain meds. And I got the heck out of that hospital. And, I said to her, I said, I know your colleagues don't understand what I'm talking about, but you do. And it's so refreshing. So I achieved what I wanted in that hospital to come out of there. And I came out of there and got home and put on some really good music and started dancing, so yeah, so.
I'm so glad that you're feeling better, Andrea. Let's rub our hands together and send her a blast of love. We are so grateful for you and all that you do in our community. I'm so grateful. Andrea is an embodiment of these principles. She, from day one, has followed her intuition and has been guided to do so many things in this community. It truly leads with love. And when, her name, Andrea for Humanity, she truly is a humanitarian. She does a lot of service work outside of our community. She's a beautiful soul inside and out. I'm so grateful that she's co-hosting with me today.
And I'd like to, can I add one thing, Jana? Can I add one thing? That this week I got such a strong hit of Andrea, and I don't normally call Andrea. We don't talk on the phone, but because she a few weeks ago got a very strong sense about Charlotte and followed up about that, I thought, heck, I'm going to follow up and I'm going to call Andrea. So I'm just piping in like this to say that we are all connected. We are all connected. And here she was going through, a challenge, and out of nowhere, I thought to call her, and I did. So I just want to say that to support everybody. If you have an intuition, follow it. And now I know why I called you, Andrea.
Thank you, Susan. And hearing your voice was like hearing the most beautiful song. So thank you for following through on that. And Charlotte, I'm really happy to know you're doing well. So thank you.
Yeah, we're all connected. Thank you.
What you said about Susan's voice is absolutely true. It gives me a sense of groundedness and a sense of comfort every time I hear her. So thank you, Susan. And thank you for checking up on Andrea. It is important that we do take care of each other. It really is. But I loved what she is saying, that she did what she wanted. We're going to jump into a story by Kirti. In the book, Dr. Naram does offer the What Do You Want Marma. He talks about his mother who, did the what do you want, and she was ridden, it had illness, it was in the bed, and after some time was able to hike the Himalayas after not being able to walk and not being able to leave the bed. She was able to hike the Himalayas. So this really is a powerful technology that we have. All of the tools of the Siddha lineage are pretty powerful. Kirti is one of our translators. She is, and I cannot say the language. Kirti, are you there? Oh, she's on. Maybe she's not here. She may not be here. She's not here. So let's not transition there. Let's go to the next segment and I'll text her. Andrea, what do we have next on the schedule? Is it music? Is that Jerem? Jerem.
Hi there. Good morning.
Hello.
Afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Yeah, we have some wonderful music today from our dear colleague in Portugal, Ana Kadima, who does sacred healing music. And if you haven't experienced Ana's music before, you are in for a big treat. And Ana, I'm pretty sure I saw you out there. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ana.
Please tell me if the sound is good. Yes?
Sounds good right now to me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Let's go to see which chant comes for us today for this incredible group. So I would like you to breathe in 4 and to breathe out in 8, just to help to tune. So let's go for it. And okay, so we're gonna breathe some minutes before the chanting comes. So you breathe in 4 and you breathe out in 8. In 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe some more times like that. The prana, the vital energy flowing in all your body. Yes, allow prana, the vital energy, to flow in all your body. Open your cells, all your being, to receive the chanting. Hayam Namo Nahayaram Hayam Namo Naharamam Hare Harom Haram Mahom Yora Yora La Yo Mahayam Tiahom Suryam Nahayarom Sarayam Hayom Suryam Nahom Nahayarom Yoram Sayanam Nayoam Nam Yoram Sayanam Nahoryam Ham Yaram Turyasam Narayam Alaho Yaranam Yoram Turyasam Niyararom Namahayan Yomam Yomam Nahayom Nahayaram Yoham Nahayaram Yoham Narayam Yarahom Yarahom Yoram Sayaranam Yoram Saranayam Maham Yahom 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 Yalam Nahoraya Yaralam Yahu Yaram Na Yararam Yuri Yaralam, tiralam, suti tipayam, tiurolam, sitayam, sitayam, tiralam, yaranam, yaranam, yoranayaram, yoranam, yoranam, yoranamaham, yole harayam, yore namam Suryam 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 Nahayanayaram Yao Yao Yaram Nayaram Suryam Nayam Nayam Nahayam Yore Yore Yaram Namayam
Mm.
Oh, Anna, that was so beautiful.
So beautiful, Anna.
Very talented. Andrea, would you reading what you put in the chat about Anna?
You're breaking up, Jaina.
Would you mind reading what you put in the chat about Anna? It's still breaking up. Is that better? Oh, you're muted.
Anna is a beloved member of our community, as many of you know who have met her via our Zoom rooms. Anna is a Ayurvedic practitioner, psychologist, and breathwork instructor. She has a love and passion to help people achieve vibrant health, discover and express their true potential, and be in tune with their soul's purpose. She incorporates sacred healing chanting as one of her many modalities for working with healing vibrations. And I'll tell you, I got goosebumps just listening to her just now, as many of you may have experienced what I experienced. Thank you so much, Shanna, for sharing your many talents with us. I feel a lot calmer now. My stress has reduced just hearing your beautiful voice. So thank you so much.
Fantastic. I hope it touch a lot of healing for who need it. Yes, thank you very much for your words. I love to allow the chanting to come. I really love to allow them to connect with people and let it come and touch the people.
So
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you so much.
It's such a beautiful gift you bring to all of us on a healing. And just to mention that Anna will be part of our Ancient Secrets music project, which is falling into its places and beginning very, very soon. And we'll be having wonderful, wonderful music of all kinds, including Anna's, available to you all for purchase to support the orphans in the orphanages in Iraq started by Dr. Naram, and supporting other Ancient Secrets causes, most likely. So I'm looking forward to sharing more of that with you in the next few weeks. Thank you again, Anna, for being part of this circle of people offering this beautiful healing energy through music.
Thank you very much.
Anna, you're getting so much love in the chat. I hope that you'll read through the comments. They're so
I will
beautiful.
read now. Now I didn't, but I will read. Thank you a lot. And when you were talking, Jerem, I have the feeling that I will put a chanting, but maybe it will be nice to put two, because I felt to do a chanting precisely to the children in the orphanage. It was what I felt in this moment when you were talking. So maybe I do two chantings.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Sounds incredible, Anna. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I see that Kirti is here. Kirti, would you like to say good morning or hello? I guess it's not morning in some parts of the world.
Hello, everyone. Namaste.
Kirti, what is the link? I started to announce you earlier before you came on the call, and I let them know that you're doing some translation. Kirti's doing some translation work along with her mother. What language is it, Kirti?
It's Odia. It's another language in India. So I thought we need to get this book out in my state too, not in Hindi, Gujarati, and with everything else. So it's already translated, and I'm doing the proofreading right now. But it's going a little slow with Busy Life, but I'll do it.
We're so grateful for it. I wanted Kirti to come on because I visited her and her husband in their beautiful home. They invited me over for dinner one day, and she started sharing this story with me as if it was just like every day going to the grocery store. And I was like, are you kidding? Kirti embodied this, the what do you want, Marma, and what we did earlier today. So Kirti, I'd like you to just go ahead and share your story. And if you don't mind, I'll probably interject here and there, but go ahead and share your story.
Okay. Actually, this year we are celebrating, me and my husband celebrating 20th wedding anniversary. So we thought we'll go to India to celebrate with the whole family, like both side family. And kids are in high school, so they can go next 2 years. So we thought this is the year we can go. Then we planned for the trip, for India trip. In between that, I have to go to India for my 3-year path session for 10 days. Then we need to go back again in May. So
just so that you know, Kirti's in the path, the 3-year practitioner course. so that she can be a pulse reader and an Ayurvedic practitioner. So that's what she was indicating with what path means. And Kirti, let us know when you need the slides to be pulled up.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So I talked to my family in India to book the tickets to where to go, and because it's very hot during the month of May, so we decided to go to somewhere into the mountains. So there will be a mini vacation for the whole family, like both sides, mom and sisters and my family. So then my sister-in-law found out just that in the Dharamshala, it's Himachal Pradesh, there is only one flight go there. Other than that, from Delhi, you just have to drive 5 hours, 6 hours. So we don't have many days in India, only 15 days we are visiting there. So we decided to go to Dharamsala. Then I say, okay, you just go ahead and book the ticket. Then she booked everything. Then I tried to find out that if we're going to Dharamsala, then we have to do something there to see the beauty of the Himachal Pradesh and all the mountains. Then suddenly it come out, and I Googled the Dharamshala and come out Dalai Lama. I was like, what? It's Dalai Lama? And it was,
so you Googled and it showed that the Dalai Lama was going to be there during the time that you were there.
No, it's Dalai Lama's residence is there. After he was a refugee in India. After he was from Tibet, he came to India and he's residing there for the many years now. So
Okay.
it's his residence. So
That's awesome.
I was like, what? Now it was in my bucket list. That thing pop up in my mind. So I need to go and see the Dalai Lama. Then the planning started. I'm a big planner. So then I went back to India to the 3-year path program. Then Andrea was there. So one day we are sitting in the restaurant, Ayushakti restaurant, and eating. Then something we are talking about, and I have to manifest something. Then I write down in a small paper, like this big, not even bigger paper, that I need to see the Dalai Lama on June 2nd, 2022 at Dharamsala. And that's it. And I put it in my notebook and closed it, and I forgot about everything. Then I come back to US, Atlanta, then everything was going on. Then I was looking that if we can go and see the Dalai Lama, because I already sent the application to see him, because you can't go and meet him just like that. A lot of restriction, lot of security, everything. So, but that time everything was closed. There is no schedule of him, nothing. You can show the slides now a little bit. First two. Then one day I saw that he's giving a teaching to the Tibetan youth on June 2nd, June 1st and June 2nd. And I saw we were that time, we are there, and we not planned that thing. So you can show the next slide, please. Yeah. And that time he was just teaching the youth. So, and that time I was like, okay, now the Marma point is coming here. And I was like, what do I want? And I was like, I was not believing that thing, that if it's going to happen or no. So I was like, both hand. Don't want to leave anything, like I don't want to miss. So I was in between, I was like doing, what do I want? I want to see the Dalai Lama on June 2nd, 2022 at Dharamsala, everything clear. So then we went to India, and on June 1st, we went to Dharamsala. Then we came back, from the airport, we went to the hotel. There we asked at the front desk that how can we see Dalai Lama, and they are clueless. They don't have any idea about Dalai Lama, where he is and anything. And we are very surprised. It's his place, like he was staying there, and you don't know anything. Then we asked them, is there any monastery that we can go and ask? Because we are there on June 1st, and June 2nd is the day I need to see him anyway. So then then they said that, yes, there is a monastery nearby. So then at that time around it's 3:30 at the Ramsala, and the temple, the monastery closed around 5 p.m. So we have to rush there. I need to go. I didn't go to my room after the flight, nothing. I just want to go and see the temple or ask the temple at the monastery. Then we went there. There is some kind of security, and they scan your purse, and you just like at the airport. And I asked them, how can we see the Dalai Lama? Can we see him? Then somebody told me, yeah, you can. He was here today. I said, what? He was here when we missed it? Then they said, no, you can come back tomorrow around 5:30. He will be here until 9 a.m. He will be here to address the youth. So then we go back and see the temple. It was closed. Yes.
So Jonathan, will you put the picture back of the Dalai Lama on the slide?
Yes, please. Next.
Kirti, I just to kind of shorten it just a little bit. So Kirti talked with a lot of times it's very difficult to get into the Dalai Lama, and a lot of people get turned away. And she met some people that told her exactly what to wear, what to leave behind, what to carry with her, so that she would be ushered in. So go ahead, Kirti.
Yeah, you can change the slide to third one, please.
To the third
next
one. Okay.
These are the kids he was addressing on day 1 and day 2. That's the thing. So next slide, please. Maybe. And these are the people, they are sitting there. The second day, like you can't even walk there, just a little bit of space that you can go, like, excuse me, can I go? Ask and you can go. Jenna, can you please next slide?
Yes.
And this is the place where I can see the, from the monastery, you just see the Himalayan range. It's so beautiful, like picture can tell what you can see in eyes. So then we second day, no, we just went there and we just take some picture. I asked them, can I take some picture from outside? Then they said, yeah, you can take some picture. Then I take some picture. Jenna, can you please next slide, please? This is the temple, outside temple, and there is this thing you can like touch, and the mantras are there. So next, please. And this is me and my husband at the monastery, where just this is the place where you can see the mountains, and it's near it's on the temple. Next one, please. And this is the place where the Dalai Lama sit under, there is a seat. You can see the chairs here. So you can see under that there is a chair, and he can sit down and do his discourse to the people. And next one. And this is the temple, full of kids and people here. And the camera is here. So we just came to this point to see him. Other than that, everywhere there is a lot of people, lot of monks, and the mantra was chanting. So it was like, you can't describe this. And we can take pictures because there is no phone or anything we can take with us. So the second day we go there, and there is more security. And there is 2 lines. Those people who have their purse and phone, they have one line, and we don't have, because we know that we don't have to carry those things. So then we go inside.
So they told her to leave her camera behind, or her cell phones behind. They told her to bring very limited things. And in the one line, they were checking all of the people who brought their purses and bags and things. And then the other line, which she was in, it was because she had, nothing with her. Go ahead, Kirti. And if I had that wrong, please tell me.
No, you are right. You are right. So we are lost there to see everything and the chanting and everything. It's like peace. Everyone, like there is so many people, but there is not a single sound is coming up. So somebody from the volunteer, they came and told us to go this side. I say, why they are sending us? Can we see him? Can't we see him? Then we just trust him and go. And he told us, go and stand behind the camera then so that you can see him. Then it was like, we just see him very not far, but not very nearer. So you can change the slide a little bit. Yeah, this is from inside the temple. The previous day I take some pictures. You can change the next one. And this is the place. It's so beautiful. It's like Himalayan range. So it was like till the second day, I was like, I can't believe that I can go and see him, because everything very restricted to see the Dalai Lama. And because I didn't leave any day, any minute to doing my Morma point, what do I want? and I want to see the Dalai Lama on this day. So it was good. It is beautiful. Yeah, you can do the next slide, please. This is the next one. Yeah, this is the mountains. So I just take some pictures from there. Next one, please.
So at this point, have you seen him? At this point, and then what happened?
After that, we did the security again, the second day morning. Then they guide us to go somewhere, like go this side. Then we go. Then there is no line, nothing. We go in front, and they told us to stand behind the camera to see, because they are doing the videographing the whole thing live. So we stand behind the camera and see him doing his puja, and that's it. Nothing to say.
It was so fun. It's so
Yeah,
fun. Are there more slides? Yep, there we go.
I think so. There is one or two more. And this is the sunset of one day, second day. And it's a beautiful place, yeah. And I can't still believe that I just went there and did the Marma and did everything.
It was so fun to see her excitement when she was telling me this. She's like, I just did the Marma, the what do I want Marma? And I got to see the Dalai Lama. It was so cute. I loved it. It was so great. And there he is.
Yeah, he is there, and the people are there. This is the first day or second day. So yeah. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing excitement. And I'll tell you, when we apply the principles of this book, and we do, our minds change, and we're able to see miracles all the time. And this was one that you just, what do I want? And it happened. It was absolutely incredible. Oh, Kirti, thank you so much. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now I believe it.
Well, tell your mom thank you for all the hard work that she's doing as well. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing on the translation. So appreciate you. Kirti is an excellent cook, by the way. Her food is incredible. She's shared with me many meals, and it's so fantastic. I wish I could cook like she does. Awesome.
Jaina?
Thank you, Jaina.
Well, great. Yes.
Can I just poke in that? So as we were just shown, the what I want is done on the right index finger. And just as a principle to keep in mind, that the marmas done on the right hand and on the right side are for the future. So the what I want is something for the future, which is done on the right index. The left hand represents past events. So just this is perfect for what's, what I want is to see the Dalai Lama. So push, so it's things for the future that you want to happen or come to pass, you do on the right side. That's all. Thanks.
It is so perfect. Thank you so much it's true. The left is the past and the right is the future. So when you're doing the Marma points. So thank you, Joseph. Jerem, we have another special guest that is in this book. Would you like to introduce him?
Yes. Hi. So, yeah, we have a special guest today, and Sadhanand has been on the call before. If you've met him before, he's a wonderful being. And he was friends with Dr. Naram, and Dr. Naram helped him to move toward his goal of what he wanted, which was to be a champion and bodybuilder and weightlifter. Sadhanand, are you here? Do we know if Sadhanand is on the call?
Yeah. He is on the call with you.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Great. Yes, I can hear you. There you are, Sadhanand. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
Good to
you
see
very
you.
much for having me. Yeah.
Good to see you. So yeah, Sadhanand, could you mention the various championships that you have won in your bodybuilding practice?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for having me to this seminar. And I won Mr. India Masters bodybuilding championship, that is 5 times. And also I have represented India in Mr. Asia and Mr. World Masters bodybuilding championship. And I was fortunate to I met Dr. Naram in 2000, and from 2000 to 2018 I was with him as a personal trainer, and he helped me with his herbs and with the ancient secrets. So to achieve my goal.
Sadhanand, can your microphone be a little louder? It's a little hard to hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Darren?
I think that's a little better. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't.
Maybe have the microphone closer to you. We just want to make sure we hear everything from you.
Yeah. Okay. Now?
Thank you.
Now you can hear me?
It's better. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll hold it in my hand. Okay.
Yes.
I'll repeat it again from beginning. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me in this evening seminar with a wonderful group of people. And I won Mr. India bodybuilding, national bodybuilding championship 5 times. And also I have represented India in Mr. Asia Masters 4 times and Mr. World Masters 1 time in Barcelona, Spain. And I met Dr. Pankaj Naram in the year 2000. Then I was with him as a personal trainer for till 2018. So during that period, I also met Dr. Clint D. Rogers, Dr. Giovanni, and many from this wonderful group of people. And Dr. Naram actually helped me with his herbal supplement for my bodybuilding practice, so which helps me a lot.
Yes. And Sadhanand, yes. And so you are 6 years young right now, is that right?
Pardon?
Your age, you are 76 years young right now?
Yeah, I'm 76
So-
years. After 2 days, I'll be 77. On 1st September, my
Wow,
birthday.
wow. Wow. Well, happy birthday early.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
Um,
So in the book, he is on page number, well, it's chapter 8, and his picture is on 120. But the book is titled, the chapter of the book is titled The Fountain of Youth. And he definitely is a vision of the Fountain of Youth, being at his age that he is. And I just wanted to throw that in there as you're continuing to tell the story. Go ahead, Jerem and Safna.
Thank you, Jana. Yes, thank you. When we were talking about the interview, we thought that it'd be useful for Sadhana to share a little bit about his way of keeping youthful and keeping young. He sent a short video, and we can show some of that. And then we can talk a little bit about what feels best in the way of self-love and caring for ourselves to keep that youthful flexibility. So Jonathan, have a video ready for us by chance?
Mic on.
Yes, I have all three together, so they'll play as one.
Mic off.
Great. Thank.
Hi guys, this is second workout for bicep curl. This is a dumbbell curl. Now considering my age is 76, but still I'm doing.
I hear the audio, but the video seems to be frozen.
So what we need is
Now it's moving.
determination. Three things very important: desire, discipline, and dedication. I just want to see till what age I can go on, keep doing this, building muscles, so that
Audio is best.
this will be the most authentic fact.
Yeah. So Sadhanan, you're demonstrating some of what you like to do as your way of loving your body, correct?
Yeah.
Fitness.
So this is a bicep curl with dumbbell. And this is I did it on 24th of August, just 4 days back, specifically for this seminar. And normally, everybody loves to have a big bicep muscle. It's a desire for young and old everyone. So my point is that you can build muscle at any age, provided you want to do it and sincerely. So what you want is that you have to follow a certain principle like desire, discipline, and dedication. So you really want to have, just like how we want that, what do you want? So you must say that, yes, I want muscles, biceps, okay? And that you have to follow in a disciplined manner, and then dedicatedly you have to follow it. So this is just sample that at the age of 76 also one can have those muscles. It's possible. And I'm still very much enthused for my bodybuilding training, and I want to see till when I can go. What is the limit? What is the limit of a human body? And so until and unless somebody do it, we'll never know. So this will be the most authentic proof that yes, it is possible. It is possible, which will be beneficial for everyone, young and old. Mostly middle-aged group, they give up very soon. So I hope
Yes,
I
and
can motivate
so
them.
these videos were just taken this month, correct?
Yeah, 24th August, just 4 days back.
Wow. Wow.
4 days back.
Well, you look pretty amazing to me.
I did
think
it
everybody
specifically
would.
for this seminar.
Yes.
This is
That's
one.
wonderful.
This is on 10th of August, I guess, this month only. This is for your back muscle. So you have to do the whole body workout, and I do different muscle group on different days.
Mhm. Yes.
So
You know, just
Sadanand,
such a
so when you were in the different championships and you were working with Dr. Naram, tell us a little bit about that. Did you visit him in India, or were you on certain diets or supplements, or kind of tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I go to him. I go to his residence where Dr. Naram stays whenever he is in India. Mostly he travels for 6 months. So whenever he is in India, I got a call from Mr. Binay or his another assistant, Langara, and they call me. So I go there and I train him. And of course, during the training, I also get a lot of spiritual talk because he has visited so many places from Tibet to China and all those manuscript, that 2,500-year-old manuscript. So I was really fortunate to see all those things, and that it is a mesmerizing feeling. In fact, to be with Dr. Naram, I get literally emotional when I remember all those days. So, and also he gave me some herbal supplement, Forever Young, and some HGS product. So which helped me to continue with my bodybuilding. I hope, I think still it is in my body probably. So that is the reason that even after he left his body, I am continue doing. But and he was very proud for me. In fact, he was going to my different championship in India to just to see and encourage me. So I was very happy for him because whenever he was with me. So yeah, he gave me supplement, and then
Sadanand, I remember you saying that you are doing your workouts in the gym, that you feel joyful, and that was very inspiring. As Dr. Naram always said, "Do what you love, and the rest will follow." And clearly, you love doing work with your body to love it in that way. Just that was inspirational for me, and I appreciated that.
It's quite a accomplishment. You've had a lot of accomplishment in this area, and that just definitely shows your dedication and your commitment to this. What do you want? So it's absolutely incredible. So appreciate you sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
And Sadanand, you also work with children as well, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just wanted to say Sadanand is hoping to do some of his work and his teaching and if anyone has any sort of a connection with some work, it could be all different kinds of work. Is that right, Sadanand?
Yeah, no problem. Any kind of work.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We can put your contact information in the chat.
Yeah.
If that sounds good.
That's
okay.
Fine.
Okay, great. so much for being with us, Adnan. You're always a wonderful presence in us.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best. Yes.
So you can read his story in chapter 8 of the book, and it's just incredible. So thank you so much. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Last week we were talking about raising the vibration of the earth, and one of the segments we had so much to talk about it that we didn't get to one of the segments, and we've got our wonderful Carol Ray with us today to talk about food and the vibration of food. So Carol, would you like to go ahead and share with us?
Thank you so much. What a great day this has been. Well done, Dana. It's been wonderful so far. I do want to say a special welcome if this is your first time here, and I hope that you feel like you have found your tribe, that you resonate with us, that we are people that you can say, wow, those look like people that I could be friends with and be connected with. So there's lots of opportunities. If you don't have the book, myancientsecrets.com has a link there where you can buy the book, and part of the proceeds go to support the orphans in Nepal, which is so near and dear to Dr. Clint G. Rogers' heart. So I asked myself a lot, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And something that became crystal clear to me with my third up close and personal lightning strike last summer was that I really want to exude unconditional love. And it's been a long journey. And along with that unconditional love, I've also discovered that I need energetic boundaries so that what comes in has some filtration on it, and that I don't take in negativity and I don't take in pessimism and some of those lower vibrations. So it's all about, for me, self-forgiveness, forgiving others in order to get my vibration up, and then letting that unconditional love flow out. And in the tradition of Siddha Veda, part of that is atmiyata, where no matter what the other person is spewing at you, you have that filter on and you just send out unconditional love, because the source in you is the same as the source in them. So we are all one, which is one of the great quotes in Ancient Secrets of the Master Healer. So there's a lot that goes into maintaining that vibration. Some of it is your thought process. To recognize you are not your thoughts, you can observe the thinker. So my daughter practices stamping out ants, automatic negative thoughts. So high vibration, what are your thoughts, keeping negative thoughts to a minimum. There's also what you hear and what you're listening to. Not that there's anything wrong with listening to, lots of different kinds of music, but there's also beauty in silence and solitude, where you're listening to the bird's song or the ocean waves or the trees, leaves rustling. Those things are things that help raise our vibration. Aromatherapy for some people works well for the sense of smell. There's also what we say, and taking the opportunity not to say things that are hurtful. And then what we eat, I'm going to talk a lot, not a whole lot, but just cover that in a little bit more detail. There's also things that are absorbed through our skin, and of course our breath, how we breathe and what we breathe. All of these things combine into how our vibration is on a daily basis. So in the philosophy of yoga, we're born with something called prakriti, and in recent times in India and other places, they use DNA and they can predict 95% of what your prakriti is. Your dosha, is it vata, pitta, or kapha? And associated with your prakriti is something called gunas. And the three gunas help make up energy, matter, and consciousness. And sattva is the purest, and that's the one that we strive for. And there's foods that have qualities of sattva, S-A-T-T-V-A. And then there's rajas, which represents activity and movement, too much of which can lead to stress, overstimulation, and overexcitement. Some of us know that as high vata. And then there's tamas, and that's the base guna, and it's associated with pessimism, weakness, and laziness. So those low vibration foods, how would they make you feel? Well, here is a description of a low vibrations food that are about rajas and tamas. They make you feel like you have the flu, a sore throat, a flushed face, red cheeks, puffy face, maybe puffy fingers, an allergy attack, itchy skin, bloating, gas, overall upset stomach, arthritic conditions, night sweats, brain fog, and even the feeling of being hungover. So those are what we get from low vibration foods. And there's a great quote by Dr. Naram. He said, if your food is processed, canned, and frozen, it maketh you feel processed, canned, and frozen. So the Dr. Naram diet is about natural foods, things that are fresh, organic, and things that don't contain preservatives, additives. Some of us are really sensitive to GMOs, genetically modified foods. So there are some of us who that's really important for as well. So how do you find out what's good for you? And dear Denny Dalkin from the UK, who peace and blessings be upon her, is no longer on this plane. She's still very much with us. And she taught me a little thing about yes, no, and maybe. So if you're in the store or at the market and you're picking up a food, let's say it's beets, and you're asking your inner self, is this good for me? Then you kind of stand up yourself straight. And if you lean a little forward, that's a yes. If you lean a little backwards, that's no, leave this one in the shelf. And if you're kind of a side to side, it doesn't really matter. It's a neutral thing. You can take it or leave it. So practice the Denny Dalkin yes, no, maybe. It also works for other things too, but it's really helpful for foods when you're trying to gauge your sensitivity, very much like kinesiology does in some other tests. So listen to what your body tells you. It knows what it needs and what it wants, with one exception. We have these really smart bacteria that are in our guts that are bad for us, and they thrive on sugar. And they hijack neurons to our brain and tell us, oh, you'd feel so much better if you just had that hot fudge sundae, or wouldn't it be great if you just had some cookies or cake or pies or whatever. And that's their way of survival. They have proven that they hijack our communication system in order to get you to eat what they need to survive. So don't listen to that voice. Overcome it with, what do you want? I want to be happy, healthy, and terrific, or whatever that thing is for you. And so listen to your inner voice and recognize when things are coming to you that are not for your best interest. So high vibration foods, what do they look like? For a lot of us, they are things that come from the earth, where we have our grounding, things that grow in the vegetable garden. Now, there's an exception. Our friends who practice Jainism don't eat things that grow underground like root vegetables. But for others of us, eating those things that have that sense of grounding can feel really good for us. So the root vegetables and things that are of the earth can have that high vibration for us. It's also really important that we have hydration, because it's so much of our body, and hydrating with either water or coconut water on a regular basis is super important to help keep your vibration high. So the sattvic foods then, in summary, are organic vegetables, sweet fruits and melons, watermelon, cantaloupe, things like that, but not eaten together. Legumes and lentils, our beloved mung beans, are in that category. Seeds and nuts for most people, but again, there are some qualifiers there depending on your particular food needs. Spices and herbs are very important in Siddhaveda, Ayurveda, because they are our medicine. And then oils. Not enough people recognize how important oils are in our brain health and overall health. So our beloved ghee, which is a medicine, a food, a lubricant, a moisturizer for your skin, something to put on your feet before you go to bed to help you sleep better. Ghee and coconut oils, and then extra virgin olive oils. All of those oils are really important in our diet to help us maintain that high vibration. So in the big picture, stillness, solitude, to be still and know, bless your food as you eat it. Be thankful for the people who grew it, who harvested it, who packaged it, or brought it, transported it, who prepared it for you. Be sure and include blessings for the food and for its entire journey. And then what is your intent when you eat? And make those things part of your routine and notice your vibration. So thank you for your time. And I'll just close with be still and know.
Carol, you're amazing. This woman is amazing. She does so much behind the scenes and she loves research. And so she has researched this out and she's always coming up with some incredible tidbits of knowledge. But I didn't want to pass over this really quickly. In the very beginning, she had mentioned that she had had a close encounter with lightning. This woman has had quite a few encounters with lightning and we're so grateful that she's here. Carol, do you want to share just a real quick bit about that? And
Yeah, my first one was in 1976. I was 4 months pregnant with my third child, and my husband, with his good intentions, had put up a CB antenna and failed to ground it. So lightning struck that, came in our aluminum wiring, and it came out the stove where I was cooking, blew me off my feet and into the refrigerator. And it was so powerful that the electric element was welded together. And the aluminum foil went up in a white vapor. It was incredibly powerful. And we had 3 fires within the next week from damaging, to the wiring. So incredibly lucky that I survived that. There was a lot of PTSD around that. And then I just had cancer surgery on my face in April of 2019 and uncharacteristically was laying in bed on a Saturday afternoon and literally the hair stood up on my arms and my hair was standing out. And I'm like, this can't be good. And then an explosion where lightning struck my cupola on the barndominium where I live. And it did over $10,000 worth of damage, but I wasn't hurt. But again, it heightened my sensitivity and my awareness anytime lightning was around. And then last summer, it was storming. I opened the door to my car, my SUV, just getting my umbrella out. So I had 1 foot on the ground, 1 knee on the backseat of the car, and lightning struck about 12 feet away in my pecan tree, came under the ground. I guess it came through me to the car. It did $14,000 worth of damage just to the car, blew every electrical system in it, and then went underground and blew out my outdoor light fixture. It broke 4 of the 5 glass panes, blew the top of it out, went underground further to my barndominium and fried 2 of my breakers in that. So I can't even tell you what a powerful, my hearing was disturbed for many, many weeks, and I did have it checked for permanent damage. But each time the message that's so clear when you're kind of in an unconscious state thinking, am I alive or dead, is did you love unconditionally? That's it. It doesn't have anything to do with much anything else, but did you love unconditionally? So we look back at those things. Some of you I had a really traumatic childhood. Can you look back at that and say, I was able to love and forgive unconditionally of myself and of those around me? And to me, that's just, it's such a vital, important thing that we ask ourselves on a daily basis. Thanks, Jana.
Carol, so amazing. I don't know, I almost kind of feel like the finger of God wants to be as close to you as possible. I mean, it's very rare that you have that many encounters with lightning in a lifetime, let alone, oh my gosh.
I had such a sweet little moment this week. I was just in my chair doing some meditation and being quiet in the middle of the afternoon, not doing much of anything. And Spirit nudged me that there's a baby bird needing my attention. And at first I questioned it. I'm comfortable. This is probably just some other, like no, I'm going to pay attention. And there was a baby cardinal that had fallen, was on the ground. And I have vultures that I've been associated with for 2 years, thanks to Aditi Devabawa. And they were about 10 feet away from this baby bird. So I was able to rescue it, put it in a flower basket and hung it up a little bit higher. But it just was such a great reminder that all life is precious. And it's just so important that we are not always broadcasting, that we take time to listen and to have that contemplative type of prayer where we're open to hear what Source has to say to us.
Carol is definitely one of my teachers. She's one of my mentors. She texts in with me often, and I'm so deeply grateful for her commitment. She embodies the work of Dr. Naram, as well as she has a very, very deep spiritual connection and spiritual practice. I'm so deeply grateful for her. She just reminds me, today is my daughter's birthday, and I'm so just the embodiment of unconditional love. So when you said that, did you love unconditionally? I'm just so deeply grateful to my daughter who taught me that on such a profound level. I'm so grateful. So happy birthday, Andrea. I know she's not watching this, but
Send Andrea blasted love, no matter. Put your hands together and that great intent of love and appreciation for Andrea and Jana and all of you who took time to be here today. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Carol, you are the embodiment of unconditional love. You truly are. Thank you. We have an amazing lady, Profulta. She is full of unconditional love as well. Are you here, Profulta? I didn't see Angelica.
Hello.
There
Namaste.
you are, beautiful girl.
I'm
Profulta, Profulta, I am so excited to hear your story from start to finish. I was able to connect with her as she's starting a new project, but I can talk about that later. But Profulta has been one of the translators for the Portuguese language. Profulta, would you like to share your story?
Okay. I know Dr. Pankaj Naram since he started with the program Yoga for You in ZTV. So I was very interested on what he was saying. And then I started to write down in my book all recipes about herbal supplements, about home remedies, and so on. I have 2-3 books full of these recipes.
So just a second, for those who don't know, Dr. Naram was on 169, I think it was 139 or 169, I think it was 139 different in that many countries on the TV, and he would be broadcast. He'd be in the TV station, and they would film his shows, the Yoga for You shows, and he would provide, a story, a home remedy, and a marma, and this incredible audience would take notes, and that's where we get a lot of the stories in the book. Rabat, that's why her mother sought Dr. Naram out. But Profulta is saying she was one of those devoted viewers, and she's had notes of all of the remedies and marmas that he has been saying. So go ahead.
So when I went to India in 2015, I wanted to see Dr. Naram, but he was traveling. I could not see him, but I saw Dr. Smita Naram. In 2018, I saw Dr. Naram. It was so good. So yeah, he took my pulse. He told me about my problems, health problems. He gave me supplements, and he said that you need to take some home remedies. And he asked Dr. Giovanni. Dr. Giovanni was there to teach me about some marma. So we went to another room, and so he taught me about this marma. Until now, I'm practicing, I'm doing this, and I'm feeling very well. In 2019, I went to India another time because I had also problem with my health. I had cancer in my breast. So I need to, first I went to the doctor, and I did the surgery. But I talked to Dr. Naram and Dr. Clint about my problem, and Dr. Clint came there with Dr. Naram in Ahmedabad. I was there, and Dr. Clint came to house when I was staying, and he brought for me how you say mara, some kind of
the beads, the mala beads.
We put here in the neck, Rudrax mala for me. This kind of mala help us to keep our health, our body healthy. It was I felt very well because Dr. Naram, he thought about me. He came to Ahmedabad, and I managed to receive his love through this, and Dr. Clint. So when I was coming back to Mozambique, I through Mumbai, Dr. Naram wanted to see me. He said, "I'm traveling today. You come to the airport." But I was so weak, I couldn't see him. And I was very sad when I heard that, yeah, he was not among us. So, yeah, after that, Dr. Clint talk about the book through the Facebook. I volunteered to do the translation. Angelica, she was one of the person who first replied to him. So she started to do translation, Portuguese Brazilian. So I managed to also to proofread this translation, and also now we have also Portuguese from Portugal, because yeah, we also work hard to have this book published. So yeah, is this in summary. Maybe now I can see here Angelica.
There we go. Oh, good. Yes, Angelica, can you come on and open your mic and come and chat with us for a second?
Hello everyone. Happy to see you, Janet, Prafuta.
It's so good to see you. Oh my gosh. Angelica, can you give us your story really quickly and how you came to see the ancient?
Yes. First time, I just want to buy the book. Before, I just want to study a little bit, and after many translations in another language, I see in Spanish, but not in Portuguese. In the first, in the message, I'm talking about this book in Portuguese, but before about two years ago, I just want to read this book and how I can know about another translator. And for me, I'm very surprised because I talking about Portuguese language, and in the message come to me is a little difficult because my English is very basic, and together with Prafuta is nice in English, and together we making this good job, I think. And I'm very happy because she support me all the times. And for me, Portuguese is very easy. Profut is very nice in Portuguese, but sometimes in Portugal have many words different. It's very funny. I think. I don't know. What do you think, Profuta?
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, so there's many different versions of Portuguese. There's Brazilian Portuguese, there's, Portuguese, Portugal Portuguese, and then I believe that there's a portion of Portuguese that's spoken in Africa. Is that right, Profulta?
It's not different from Portuguese from
From
Portugal.
Portuguese, okay, perfect.
Some few words, but it's not quite different.
So when the translation was done in Portuguese, Portugal Portuguese, and the Brazilian Portuguese team was reading it, there were a lot of differences and nuances that needed to be adapted, pertaining to the different cultures. So again, they went through the book and were able to translate. I believe Louisa was a part of that team as well. So wonderful. Well, Angelica, how did you find, how did you even, I know that you said that you wanted to buy the book, but what made you want to buy the book, and how did you even find Dr. Naram or Dr. Clint or the book?
Yes, I study holistic therapies, and all the time is in the YouTube, about 5 years. All the time is in my break time is in my job. I see Dr. Naram and study for everything about energy, about meditations, about health life. And I think all the time is to see Dr. Naram and can teach and can study. And after I want to read the book, but I never think about translation, about this nice job with Profuta, and I am very surprised because I stay in Brazil about two months ago, and many people is very happy and now can read and Secrets of the Master Healer in Portuguese, and now have many hopes and many happiness. And I am very surprised. Really, I am very happy, and it's very gratification.
It is very gratifying, very gratifying. I can only imagine, because I have not translated a book. I just honor you guys who speak more than one language. It's so incredible. I am so grateful to you. Louisa was we are very good friends, and we messaged back and forth during the time that you guys were doing the translation. And Louisa, Dr. Clint is always talking about contagious healing. And Louisa was the one that tried the recipe, the remedy for the knee pain. And then Dr. Clint's mom, Millie, heard about that and decided that she was going to try to do that. And she did, and her knee pain went away. And so it just, the contagious healing. But I really appreciated you saying that you, for many years, were watching Dr. Naram on YouTube, because that's what happened. Is Dr. Clint would go and film these videos of Dr. Naram, and then he posts them on a YouTube channel. And I was very surprised to hear that many of the people in our community have not known that we actually have 2 YouTube channels. There's one for Dr. Naram with all of the videos of Dr. Naram and his healings and the TV shows, as well as the Ancient Secrets Foundation where all of our calls are posted and the Facebook Lives and those sorts of things. So was there anything miraculous or anything that happened during the time of you guys doing the translation that you might have classified as a miracle, or some challenges that turned into the Aditi Diva Bawa or anything like that? Can you guys think of anything? I remember one time you guys had spent many hours on the translation, and Louisa would just called in tears. She was like, they've lost it all. It's gone. We've spent hours translating and they can't find it. There was some sort of glitch in the system and it didn't save. And just, the way that you guys were able to work through this is not an easy process. And when there is a challenge between languages, when you have your primary language is one way and your secondary language is another, and you've never translated before, this is something brand new, and they do this out of the goodness of their heart and the love that they have for the work. I mean, to be a practitioner and to love Dr. Naram's work and to be able to watch Dr. Naram on TV and be able to write down in notebooks all of the things that he has. It's a beautiful thing. So go ahead. Did you have anything you wanted to say, Pravolta?
Yeah, for me also, it's not easy to proofread the translation into Portuguese from Brazil. It was a challenge for me. So I tried my best, and yeah. So, but also Dr. Clint came to Mozambique, and because we invited Dr. Naram to come also here, but he couldn't come, and he sent Dr. Clint here. So you see, we managed to have about more than 200 people in our meeting with Dr. Clint. We talk about ancient secrets, about what Dr. Naram was doing, and so on, many things. So, and after that, he did the pulse reading, Marma points, you see. So yeah, the people loved, and they wanted that Dr. Naram and Dr. Clint come again to Mozambique. But yeah, this was not possible until now, but I have faith that sometime that it will happen.
Yes. So Pravolta has a very strong passion in her heart. She was in India doing, I believe, Panchakarma, and she messaged me and she says, is there any way that we can start an African WhatsApp group? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so she just started inviting people to join the African group, and she is one of the leaders in the African call on Tuesday. It's morning for me. Actually, it's not. It's afternoon for me, so it's evening for them. But when we were talking to Shakti, we understand that there's about 1,000 customers over in the South Africa area only. That's not including all of Africa. So there is quite a few people there already that we would love to, support in growing this, and having the Portuguese book is a part of this process. So it's beautiful. And we so appreciate you being a leader, Pravolta. Her heart was just so, we need this. And every week she and Sissy are incredible leaders to be able to say, we believe that this will happen. And Andrea is a part of that. Andrea, do you have anything you want to say or ask? Oh, did we lose Andrea?
I'm here. Sorry, dear. I'm most grateful for both Sissy and Pravolta for showing up weekly to to collaborate and to get this information to the continent. Dr. Naram started his work down there and he has unfinished business. So God bless you both, for the effort. Thank you.
And I also wanted to tell Angelique, last week we had Daniel and Grazi on the phone call. And one of these days I'd like Daniel to share his story and how he met Dr. Naram. But they're both from Brazil and they've embraced this book. So it's so great that they're able to spread it to their friends and family. If they live here in the States now, they actually live in the Atlanta area now. But it's so great to be able to see how this healing is contagious by the delivering of this book. So much gratitude to you. Can we rub our hands together and thank these ladies for the work that they have done? So grateful to you. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, either one of you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to say that we learned a lot through the book also, and we are applying the knowledge we acquired from the book, such as Marma points, diet, and yeah, many things. So
it's so true. I love the principles in the book. We're so grateful to you, both of you guys. I love hearing your stories. It's so exciting when I know people who have known Dr. Naram before, because I only came in after Dr. Naram had passed. And so it's like this whole world opens up to me when you guys share your story. And I'm so grateful that you share your love for the ancient secrets. Wonderful. You're getting so much love in the chat. And I hope you guys will go through and read, some of the things that people are writing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of marmas, we're going to move into our marma session with the Ingmans.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon and evening. So
Hello.
Do you want to start with the marma, or I have a special marma for you today that we haven't done before. And so I'll just jump right into it. And this is the marma for vision and sight. And so we're going to do it 6 times, and I'd love everybody to do it with me. And I do positive statements with it, gratitude statements. And I'm going to tell you mine. And if you have whatever yours are, feel free to do that. So we begin, and I'll put my eyes close to the camera. We begin by pressing the inside point. I'll just go through the points and you can do it with me. And I'm going to start with, I'm so grateful for good physical sight. Good sight. 1, then at the bottom, 2, and at the outside, 3, the inner top, or the outer top, and then the inner top, 4, 5. My second one is that I'm so grateful for the sight and vision to know what's going on in my body and what my body needs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so grateful for the sight and the vision to know peace and peace on the planet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so grateful to know my own divinity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so grateful to see the divinity and the oneness of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so grateful to be connected to the all on the planet and the universe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that 6? Maybe. Okay, so that's for sight. And so it strengthens our physical sight. And then I believe that it also strengthens and supports our vision and our sight for ourselves. Thank you. You want to do one?
Yes, I will do the Vata modifying or Vata calming, which was introduced to us as a second heart marma, and it was introduced that way because when Vata rises and comes through the heart area, it can create irregularities in your heart rhythms and your heartbeat. So it's for bringing down Vata. And I find, actually, I just did this yesterday. I was a little wired or scattered, and I did this and with some breathing, and found that it really grounded and calmed me quite a bit. So we were shown this more recently by Dr. Giovanni, who did it with 2 fingers. And then we actually saw a video the other day where he did it with 1. So whatever's comfortable for your hand, but if you do it with both hands, you take your index and long finger and fold them down and cover them with your thumb. Then you take your little and ring finger and bring it towards the tip of your thumb, and that's a press of 1. So you do this again in 6 sets of 6. And so you do the marma position, and I like a nice kind of grounding breath with it. And you don't do this too quickly, because the idea is that it's a calming marma purpose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I find
It's
that
so awesome.
I find that very settling, if I allow it to be that way. What do I want? I want it to be settling, not to rush through it. And so that's helpful.
Yeah, what I find is in the middle of the night, my Vata will increase. And at first I thought it was my blood pressure, but it's not. My blood pressure would be normal, but there's an energy that surges that feels like a racing. And so the last couple of nights where I've had that, I've been laying in bed doing this marma, and it does bring it down. It's those nights when I'm too tired to get out of bed and get the key for my feet. But so it's wonderful. So thank you. You guys are wonderful on this.
Our pleasure.
We have Jerem, is the music, we have the music of Renara, and then I wanted to possibly do one more, but I want to hear from you. All through the call today, we've been talking about what do you want? And I'm hoping that you guys have been thinking about it. And I would really like to hear from you. Who would like to share this with us? Cynthia, I see you. Such a beautiful soul. Would you like to come off mute and share with us a little bit about what you want? And it can be little for just what you want for today, or big.
Good to see you, Gina, and everybody here. Let's see, what do I want for today? I want a peaceful day where I am flowing with the water of the divine and not fighting upstream like I love to do. I love to fight it. I love to make more work. And I want a good day with my boys. We're gonna go down and see the Capitol.
I don't know how you got muted, but you got muted. So you're gonna go with your boys to the Capitol and see what?
And I was gonna hang out with my mom, and essentially what I want more than anything though is to feel connected. Not feel connected, not feel rushed. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. We'll see the Capitol. He's asking to confirm that we're gonna see the Capitol.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing what do you want.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Love you, and I'm with you.
I love you, and I'm with you. Miriam, can I call on you? Hello, you beautiful girl.
Hello, everybody. Sending lots of love and light and peace. What do I want? I guess I want to feel that vibration of love and inner peace just flowing all around me all the time. Yeah, that's what's in my heart right now.
I think you get that on a regular basis. You know, every time I get a message from Miriam, it is, dear Jana, I wish you peace, 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 and love, love, love. Just, you know, how you know, such a beautiful message. You just get overwhelmed with peace and love when you receive her message. It's just, that's just Miriam. She's a beautiful being inside and out. So, but I guess it's like sadhanan, you know, when you have the desire for fitness, or you have the desire for peace, or you have the desire for love, it's on your mind constantly. It's beautiful. Is there somebody else that would like to share? Anna, I loved reading yours in the chat. Do you remember what you wrote? Anna?
Me? What I wrote in the beginning?
Yes.
Yes, something around that I want to have the inspiration and the guide to do through me the chanting today.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. You know, I have been embarking on some different avenues in Facebook, and I've been joining some women entrepreneurs groups, and some of these women are very powerful, and they were asking the other day, what is it that you want? You know, and some people were talking about nonprofits, and you know, they said, well, what would you do with it? You know, what nonprofits would you support? You know, and I am so deeply grateful for this nonprofit and for what Dr. Naram's work has done for us. My want is that I help people change their way that they're eating to be able to support and help their bodies. There's so many people when I go out and I see so many people who are in pain and they're aching and they're struggling to walk. You know, I was there 4 years ago. I was that person. I had extra weight, and I had to hold on to go to the grocery store. I had to hold on to the cart and let it take me through because I had so much pain in my body. I want children to be able to eat well and to be fed. And there's so much hunger in this world, and there doesn't need to be. And there are children who, they've done studies that there are so many children that go to school hungry. And when they are hungry, they can't learn because their focus is on what they don't have. And I want them to have full bellies so that they can, because they're the future of our nation. They're the future of our world. I also believe in what Dr. Naram taught, that 90% of disease is caused by unresolved emotion and childhood trauma. And I want people to be able to find a way to heal that trauma. I honestly believe by eating the mung bean soup and cleaning out all of those toxins, it gave me a physical way for my emotions to be able to clear up and to be able to move through the trauma. This work that we're doing is profound, and it all begins with you. As you take care of your body, as you engage with your belief of what do you want, and just like Miriam said, bringing love and peace to this planet, you know, that all begins with us. You know, we were exploring a while ago, we were exploring helping the homeless, and we were all talking about how we can help the homeless. And we went through the different phases of exploration where we were looking at other people outside of ourselves. You know, the government needs to do this, and big corporations need to do that, and this and that. And every time we would talk about there would be a contention in the Zoom room, and it just didn't feel right. And I went away from that meeting, and the next time that we joined, what I realized is that, you know what, we may not be able to solve homelessness or some of these big issues by, you know, we may not be able to change the government, or we may not be able to change, but we can change us. We can start with us, one pair of socks at a time, one, you know, food, one plate of food at a time, one house at a time. You know, and Andrea for Humanity does this on a regular basis. I mean, she does some incredible work where she, and do you mind me sharing this, Andrea? I don't know if you mind me sharing this.
Oh, go right ahead, Jana. You know, you never know where your words will land, you know? Be my guest, darling Jana, go right ahead.
Well, I would rather that you share it because you share it so beautifully.
I go ahead and share it for me. I enjoy listening to you.
Andrea is an incredible person where she's curious, and she discovered that there were places that had too much food. And if I'm wrong, you need to tell me, you know, you need to jump in and correct me if I hear your story incorrectly. But there were places that had too much food. And so she found people to give the food to, but she didn't want to give it to them if it was going to go to waste. And so she made sure that if they were, you know, they were going to take it, that it was going to be of value. And so every week, and I don't know if you're still doing this because this was a while ago when you were telling your story, but every week you will go and deliver this food to these people. Is that right?
Yeah, for the past 9 years. And thank you, Jana, for sharing this. You do it so beautifully. I love listening to you. Yes, there's stores, supermarkets, Costco's, all these stores, they have an abundance, an overabundance of food. It can end up in the dumpster or it could end up on a plate. You know, I want to be a part of the solution, and that's what I decided to do years ago. And you can do it just as I can. I'm not a nonprofit. I looked at the paperwork and decided it was way too much for me to get entangled in. So I organized with some people and we started hauling the food. You can do it just as I have done for the past 9 years. And I just find out who is experiencing food insecurity. Your dignity is left intact. I don't need to know your name. I just need to know your address. I don't need to know your stories, just that you will receive the food in in appreciation. If you will discard it or waste it, then someone else can benefit from it. And that's all I ask. It's not perfect food, but it's healthful food. And that's all I ask. And there have been times people have criticized, oh, the apples are bruised and so on. Yeah, it's nature, even on a tree, it's bruised sometimes, so we have to take care of each other. I am you, you are me. We are one. Let's take care of each other and make this Earth classroom a better place for us all. So I encourage each of you to find your way to serve. Maryam draws beautifully. She can use her art to connect. Esther Francis is an amazing astrologer, artist, right? I mean, is there anything Esther Francis cannot do? You can translate it into helping other. I've read some of the things she's written that has uplifted me to the point of, I feel like I'm elevating. Every one of you have gifts. Anna Kadima, your chanting, your psychology training, Joseph and Susan, Romarishi and Tara. Romarishi, I've read what you've written on your website about the Maha Siddha, great siddhas. There's a wealth of information there. If you guys go to his website, you would discover so much about what can empower us all. I'm sorry if I can't go through each of your names, because each time I learn about you, I get all this information of the power of you. There's such a wealth here in this community. Oh my God. If we were to just combine our efforts, it would be like a country just within this community, the power of our collaboration. So thank you, Jane. I didn't know you were going there, but
I didn't know I was going there either. Today I just got up and it just said, don't plan, just let it guide. And so I've just been kind of letting it guide. And thank you for reminding me about Maryam and Esther. They've got an announcement to make. So Morjean, I see your hand. So Maryam and Esther, can you give your announcement after we hear from Morjean? Is that okay? Okay, perfect. Morjean, I want to hear from you.
I don't know two things. I don't know if you know that you can go on Amazon and be a charity. So if I chose you as a charity, every time I make a purchase that you get I don't know if you know that, or Ancient Secret does that. I didn't know if you're on that list, because I support a place called Peace Trees Vietnam, and they demine Vietnam because little children and adults get blown up every single day, like when they try to farm or do anything, children going to school. So I'm helping demine it, and they demine the area, and then they make it into a park or plant trees so that it's a safe place for the kids to play, and then a farmer can farm again, because we left millions of mines, the landmines, and they also made hospitals to help the people who've had, parts of their bodies blown off so that they can walk again and everything. It's just amazing, like your work. And one day, years ago, I saw this man in front of me give a 6-pack or a 5-pack of Coca-Cola to a homeless man. And I only come to town one day a week. I live way up in the hills. So I thought, what could I do? So now in my car, I got these big Ziploc bags, and I don't carry fresh food because that won't stay fresh. But I go and I get juice, and I get a protein, like a meat or a fish or something, and applesauce and this kind of stuff. And I put it in these bags with a little money, and I keep them in my car. And whenever I see a homeless person, I automatically give them, a whole meal and a little money, so that I'm doing something. We each can do whatever is in our heart to do, and I try to every day do everything with love. So if I am eating my food with love, I'm getting more nutritious for it. Like she said, talking about blessing it, and blessing all the people, I'm getting more nutritious. If I am doing my writing and I'm coming from a place of love, it's a whole different energy I'm putting into whatever I'm doing. If I'm gardening, I made a garden outside and listened to nature. And in that garden, I had no fence around it, but the deer never came and ate. They would sleep like 8 feet away. The bugs weren't in that garden because I asked where to put the garden. They said only be in a loving space when you're in that garden. So nature didn't have to come and do anything to balance it. So when you put love into everything you do, it changes your whole life. So just remember that. It's like Dr. Naram says, you know, I didn't come here to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. And people forget putting Dr. Naram was so much more powerful than many other people because he put love into everything he did. When he's doing a pulse reading, when he's making remedies, everything, he put his love into it. When you put love into a remedy, it's going to be different for a person than when you're just making a remedy because it's something you're doing. When you're putting love, when I make my soup, I'm stirring it with love. I used to make almond roca for years, and I gave everybody the recipe, and they go, it's not like yours. And I go, you did not stand there for 45 minutes stirring it saying, love, 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 love. I said, it tastes different because I put love into everything I give as a gift. So remember that love you put into everything you're doing, whether you're writing, whether you're playing with your kids, whether you're watching something on TV, sending love to the person who's entertaining for you. It just changes your life. And he was trying to teach people that, not just to do love now and then, to put it into everything you do. So I wanted to share that. That's why I got the idea for the bags that I did with the homeless. It's because I said, how can I help the homeless differently? So I carry those bags in my car. Now I have to keep them in my house because I had mice in my car eating through 5 layers of plastic.
Maureen's heart is so pure. It's just so pure. Her desire is so strong for love and peace and joy and unconditional everything. She's just such a very kind and dear person. So grateful that you've joined us, and thank you so much.
I want to add that when I came to this group, I've been in hundreds of groups. I'm 73 years old. In the first phone groups that were on the phone, I never came to such a loving group. The first week I came here, I told all my friends, this is the most loving group I've ever belonged to. I mean, it was my first Sunday, and I could feel everybody's love. So I just bless all of you because I think this is like one of the most wonderful groups I've ever been a part of, and I'm basically a newbie, but I feel your love and know that you do that. But just remember to put love into everything you do, not just think about it once in a while.
When Maureen hears something and she wants it done, she does it. She just does it. She is amazing how she does that. She's doing the detox and she is stellar. She is stellar. It's amazing how she's doing everything. So I'm excited to hear her progress when she's ready to share that. But Maureen, thank you so much. Ramarishi, want to hear from you.
Hello, good to see you. This is the first time that we've logged on to the Sunday call from our new home on the Rogue River in Gold Beach, Oregon. We finally made it here. Amazing. We had our travel trailer towed from Mount Shasta to Gold Beach, and the travel trailer is on 40 acres right on the Rogue River. This morning, Bodie woke us up barking, and we knew something was up, and I looked out the window of the tent, and there were 20 elk right outside our tent. So we're kind of in a slice of paradise here. It's really wonderful. And one of the things that has really been on my mind is immense gratitude that the divine brought us here. We've wanted to live here for an entire year. We've been bouncing around out there in the world, going through amazing challenges like me in the hospital and everything. And I just feel so incredibly grateful that we finally arrived here and we love it here. And what I want is to use what has been given to us so that we can bring the wisdom of the Siddhas to the entire world. Tara and I did 3 tours of America after we came back from living in India for 7 years. And on those 3 tours of America, our intention was we wanted to share with people what we had learned living in India for 7 years and studying the lives of great Siddha saints. These are the Siddhas of the Siddha lineage. Like, for instance, we met one Siddha saint at his cave in the Himalayas, and he was 125 years old. I think now he's 130 years old because we met. How much?
135 plus, actually.
Tara says 135 plus years old, or he's he's definitely 135 years young, because he is as young and vital and sparkly eyes and loving nature. And so we met these great saints in India. And when we came back from living in India for 7 years, we thought we have to share with people what we've been blessed to experience. We witnessed amazing miracles, just amazing, jaw-dropping miracles. And we felt this has been a blessing that we've been given these experiences. And now our duty is to share this with other people. So that's why we did 3 tours of America and gave over 600 free seminars. We never charged a penny. Our feeling was we were completely committed to sharing spirituality and not turning it into a business, not commercializing it. So one tour we did of the world. It was a world tour, not an American tour. And we taught in India, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Taiwan. And so now what we are facing is a beautiful opportunity to put this knowledge that we've been blessed to receive on the internet, not just us touring and teaching, but actually being able to place all this information that we have accumulated about the Siddha saints, about their lives, put it on the internet so that people all over the world can benefit from it. And Jaina has been so loving and kind to offer to help us to do that, to actually create a website and put these videos up on the internet. And the reason this is so important is that Tara and I have been invited to, someone mentioned earlier, I think Jaina mentioned how many countries Dr. Naram was on the video. And we also have been invited to every European country, every country in Asia, many in South America and Africa. People keep saying, I can't go to America to go to the seminars that you offer, but I really want this knowledge. And for years, they've been begging us to put it on the internet. Please put your teachings on the internet so that I can get the benefit of what you've learned. And so Jaina, thank you, Jaina. We really, really deeply from the bottom, middle, and top of our hearts, we thank you for offering to assist us to finally put this wisdom up on the internet. Thank you.
Well, I have to say you have some pretty, very strong guides. Roma Rishi and Tara and I were on a phone call together a few months ago, and this kept coming strong, saying they need to get this out. We need to get this on video. We need to, I mean, it was like not a, oh, that would be nice, but it was like a very strong, and then Roma Rishi went into the hospital. And so I kind of I let it go for a minute, but then it came back again. It was like, nope, we've got to get this out. So it's very important that we preserve the knowledge that you and Tara have. It's valuable and it's priceless. So I'm just so thrilled to even be a part of it. So thank you.
Yes, we feel so incredibly blessed that we've had this opportunity to learn what we have learned and to meet these amazing saints, just amazing saints. Like one saint, I'm not going to tell the whole story now because it's too long. It'll be up on the internet. His name is Maha Ananda Siddha. And Shiva came to him one night as he was going to bed. Shiva actually manifested right in his bedroom and told him to go live in a cave in Tamil Nadu. And this man was super wealthy. He was the CEO of many companies. He spoke 18 languages. He was incredibly intelligent and successful in the world. Shiva told him to give it all up and go live in a cave in Tamil Nadu. That's a state in India, in the southeast. And he did. He walked away from everything in his life, his wealth, his companies, his mansions, everything. And when he got to that cave, Shiva told him he never needed to eat or drink again for the rest of his life. Shiva gave him that blessing. In India, they call it a boon or a divine gift. Shiva gave him the divine gift of never needing to eat any food or drink any liquid. And we have several videos. Tara and I have met him 30 times. We have several videos on the internet now about him and showing him. And he is the most amazing person that we met in India. I think my battery is about to run out, so I'll conclude this and just say we love everyone in the Ancient Secrets community. You are our tribe, you are our family, and we are so grateful to Dr. Naram and Clint and Dr. Naram's wife and son. We're so grateful to everyone in this community. And I have to actually say, we are especially grateful because so many of you helped us financially when we were trying to buy a travel trailer. And that was successful. And Clint himself raised $4,000. And our GoFundMe campaign raised $15,000. And that was what made it possible for us to now have a home, which is going to be our base to finish writing our book called Wisdom of the Mystic Masters, Siddhas, Saints, and Sages Throughout the Ages. So thank you to everyone. We love you dearly.
It's so incredible how when we live the principles of the Siddhas, we live of this lineage, how we become more creative. But a lot of times that creativity comes and we just need a partner. So I think it's great. I'll send Romarishi little texts. I think this might be a good idea. I think this might be a good idea. And sometimes that's just all you need is that little spark. Well, that's what happened with Miriam and Esther. Miriam and Esther have been chatting and they've, go ahead, Esther. I want you and Miriam to share.
Yeah, well, first, good morning, and I'm so full of inspiration from all the stories, and now my eyes are seeing beautiful Taras on the screen. So sending love to you too, and so glad that you have arrived safe and sound. Oh my gosh, everybody share, so inspiring. So Miriam just texted me that she, unfortunately, she had to go and can't be here to share what she has to share.
I'm so sorry. I wish that you would have reminded me sooner.
No worries, no worries. So what I want to share is gratitude and thanks for a miracle. And what this miracle is is that not too long ago, before on this call, before, not on this call, before in this community, here I am in the United States of America on the West Coast, and here Miriam is, well, first in Vietnam, and then now in London. And through this community, we have met and we have become soul sisters. And out of the European call, the M&Ms, the just on and on, the 100 days, we have both been so fed, so inspired, so nourished, especially with this idea of what do you want? And I personally had the opportunity to share my response to that question when Dr. Clint asked me in Sacramento a few months ago. And deep from my heart, one of my deepest what I wants is to share the gifts I've been given. Very similar to what other people have been saying this morning. And for me, it's been an extraordinary, songs and poems and writings have been a big piece of it. As we know, Miriam is just the most extraordinarily gifted artist and soulful embodiment of peace and love.
That is for sure. She is. She's very talented, and you're very talented as well.
Thank you. So we're going to create, we have created Art from the Heart for the Earth. And next Sunday at 11 Pacific time, 7 European, Miriam's time, we're going to offer a sampling of what we're going to be offering for 6 sessions after that on the same time for free for this offering, this next one. And anybody that's interested, we would love to have you join us, because this was born, this is a baby that has come through us because of this community.
So
And
Esther, tell us how it connects to the ancient secrets.
well, we are going to have not only marmas and principles, that we've learned that have to do, even for me as an astrologer, what I found is that it's deepened my ability to give people, after a session, a take home. They can take home, especially, let's say somebody has, just an example to make it, a little grounding here. Somebody has a lot of the air element, a lot of Gemini, a lot of Aquarius, a lot of Libra. Sometimes people have 6 planets. And they're brilliant, but they have a really hard time grounding. Well, that's now we translate that into Siddha Veda terms. We can say, okay, the Vata is aggravated, right? So what Joseph shared today, for instance, learning that new marma of reducing the Vata, that's a takeaway somebody can take for the rest of their lives, for instance. So on and on. Many examples of taking what we have learned here and being a way of bridging through what inspires us, and everybody, it's going to be experiential. And we know.
So grateful Miriam can be here. She's on the video.
Hello. Hello. I'm so sorry. I had to quickly help my mom with something, but I'm back. I'm here. So I'm not sure how far we got.
So Miriam, just tell us what you see this vision as being, because I'm still a little confused as what exactly it is.
Okay, so basically, Esther and I have sort of come together, and we're doing a course called Art from the Heart for the Earth, and we want like an amount to go towards the orphanage, and we've kind of embedded through this sort of art course where you're connecting with your inner creativity, but you're also at the same time, we've sort of weaved in marmas, breath work, some pranayama, and it's this beautiful way of connecting with your presence, with who you are, your inner being. And yeah, Esther has so much love for Mother Earth, as I do. And so we wanted to link it to the earth, and we thought, okay, let's link it to the elements. So each lesson takes you on this beautiful journey through the elements. And we kind of, we've sort of weaved in the Ayurveda teachings. Esther, who's on the oh gosh, what's the other? I'm on the path, the 3-year course, and Esther, you're on the immersion course. So we both have that sort of knowledge to sort of weave around the art that we're offering. So yeah, it's just
what I love is we were on the path call one time, and what the teacher, the doctor who was teaching us, the instructor, she was talking about how certain elements were related back to Ayurvedic astrology. And, you know, Esther has a beautiful wealth of knowledge with astrology. And so I believe that Miriam and she are going to be putting that element throughout this as well. But I so appreciate them contributing to the ancient secrets in this way, and it's so beautiful. They're very gifted people, and I'm just so excited to be able to see this come about. Now tell me, when is this going to be? What day does it start?
So we're doing an introductory call on the 4th of September, 11 Pacific time, and yeah, it's completely free to join, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about what the course will look like, what sort of materials you'll need to bring. We'll give a little demonstration of some mamas and some breath work and pranayama, just so that anyone who wants to join gets a little taste of this. And of course, as we know, like out of the 6 keys, lifestyle is a huge one. So incorporating art into your life with meditation, mamas, and breath work, it's just a beautiful way to take you to that place of healing and stillness and being.
I'm so excited to see what comes about. So thank you guys so much for sharing that with us.
And how would we find the link to join that next Sunday?
So the link is actually going to be, at the moment, it's the same as the M&Ms. And so what we're going to do is we're going to post that into the WhatsApp groups. And I think I have to double check with Jane if we can put it in the Ancient Secrets group.
Why don't you put your email address in the chat, and then those who are interested can contact you directly, or you can contact them directly through WhatsApp, because I have to get this approved through Dr. Clint, but I'm sure that it's fine. But anyway,
Okay.
all of that has to go, and he's offline right now. So anyway, we are way past. It's like 19 after the hour, so we've been 2 hours and 19 minutes. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Andrea, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Egmonts for doing the marmas. Thank you, Kirti, for sharing your story, and Angelique, and I'm saying that wrong. It's Angelica, I think, and Prafulta. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for everybody for coming. We're going to forego the music right now because we've been so long, but I'm hoping that you guys will join us again next week. Dr. Clint has chosen to be offline one more week, and so you guys get me one more week. And so anyway, I love you, and I'm with you, Marcia. It's so good to see your smiling face. I love you so much. And Claudia, it's so good to see you, and Beverly and Robin. Oh my gosh, I love you, and I'm with you. Let's take ourselves off mic. Hello, Harvey.
Thank you all. Thank you, Jana.
I love you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Ringo.
Love you, Jane. I love you, Instructors. Love you, Mariam.
Love you, and I'm
Love
with
you, Robin. Love you,
Love
Jerem. Love you, Prafulta. Love you, Harvey.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Love you,
Good help.
Love you more, Jean.
Everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good week.
Hello, Barbara.
Love y'all.
Luke.
Esther.
Bye-bye.
Namaste, y'all.
Love you, Kirti.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you,
Namaste.
Claudia. Love you, Heather.